Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Saturday Night 5, episode 11. Episode 11, and as you can see by the title, we are keeping it local. We are keeping it cover song related, as this is 5 cover songs from local bands that you should know. I believe that's how the title goes. um, so, as you know, big local music guy, big cover song guy from the last episode. What inspired these episodes were obviously my friend's band Secret Weapon. These would be the territory they would fall under, except the rule is they gotta be on Spotify at least. And since Secret Weapon is not, I did not put them to this list, but they inspired the episode. But there's one more person that shout him out that inspired this episode. My buddy Nicholas Christian. He has a podcast called the Culture Podcast, and what you will soon learn is that technically 3 of the 5. Well, I mean 4 out of 5 really, because I forgot that he was on his podcast, but at the same time I knew about him before him. That made sense. Hold on. I don't want to do it. I don't want to. I'm trying not to give anything away before I actually list it. If you want to know stories, if you want to know people's stories, whether it be from different local bands, artists, entertainers, whatever. This is the podcast for you. If you're a local artist, entertainer, singer, musician, all the above, this is the podcast for you. I will be posting it in the description below. Go check it out wherever you get your podcasts. Highly recommend it. Without this podcast, I wouldn't have heard 2 of the people that are on this list for sure. And then the third comes, you'll see how that ties in as well. And then I say the 4th because he was technically a guest on the pod, but I knew about his stuff prior to him being on the pod, so that's why. I am ranking this not, again, by favoritism, because they're all my favorites. However, I'll be ranking this from how long I've actually known said cover band, not cover band. None of these people are cover bands. They have all amazing original music that you should definitely check out as well. And all their information, as much as I can find, will be in the description below of every single artist in today's episode. So I highly recommend checking them out. But what I'm saying is, shit, what was I getting at? Hold on. Oh yeah, the rank. How I'm numbering these. By least known to well known. as in, from my perspective, like how long I've known them to how, I've either never met them, but just found out about them, or listened to them for a little while and know about them a lot. Yeah. So that's how I'm ranking them, you know. But again, all great stuff. Definitely highly recommend checking out the original stuff, if you're into that sort of thing. So, starting with number 5. So, Bride Riot is one of the most recent bands I found out about on the Culture podcast. And because of the Culture podcast, I've discovered a song, a cover, if you will, that I played ever since I first heard it so much that it's on the top of my on repeat playlist on Spotify. And the Chaperone song Hot to Go itself is a guilty pleasure of mine. The cover song, however, is a damn straight up pure pleasure. I mean, this is how I wanted to hear the song originally, Had I heard this version first, oh my God, I don't know how it would be on repeat. Like I wouldn't go out and find Chaperone. I mean, no offense to Chaperone, but I wouldn't go searching for that song. Like if it comes on the radio or if I hear it randomly, that's fine. It is, like I said, it's a guilty pleasure. It's a banger. But this version that Bride Riot does, this is the version I want to hear. Like I said, I don't want to just, I can't. This is one of the cases where this cover is better than the original, in my eyes. Definitely worth checking out this band as well. They are from the Jersey area, in that realm, northeast, and definitely go check out lead singer's recent episode on the Culture podcast, if you will. Then that's how I found out about them. But yeah, I'm telling you, man, there's Chaperone's, the way she sings it, the HOTTOGO, and then there's Bride Riot's Amanda. Oh, I'm not even going to try to pronounce her last name. I apologize, but she absolutely screams it. I mean, that's how I want to hear it. Oh God, so good, so good. There's a music video on YouTube that you should check out. It's just so good, and that's why they made the list. with being the most recent ones I found out about, but so good. Number 4.
I got my first real 6-string, bought it at the 5 and dime, played it till my fingers bled. Was the summer of '69. Me and some guys from school had a band and we tried real hard. Jimmy quit, Joni got married. Should've known we'd never get far.
Truth be told, if you know me and you know how much I love Christmas, I almost put the cover of Snow Miser versus Heat Miser on this list. But I went, seeing as how summer's almost here, I went with their Summer of '69 cover instead. Hungry and Dangerous. Again, when I can't stress this enough. You need to check out the original stuff, because the latest track, original single, Carrie, Psycho Prom Queen, holy shit. Second most played on my on repeat playlist. Like, it's insane. Such a good song. But as for the Summer of '69 cover, that is a banger as well. That's from their first album. And again, another band would not have found out about had I not listened to the Culture podcast. So, again, definitely band which are around the same area as well, New Jersey area as well. Although they've toured in, I want them to come to Florida. I really do. You know what? I want Bride Riot to come to Florida too. So if you guys ever tour the Southeast area, I am so Orlando / Kissimmee area. I am so there, 100%. But and Hungry and Dangerous have this sound to them that's I really appreciate. I've heard there's stuff I've known for about over a year, a little over a year, I think, maybe more than that. I think it was more than that, actually. Yeah, it's been a couple of years now that I think about it. Really did the original stuff, and I really did the cover of Summer of '69 from their first album. And stay tuned, because they have a new album coming out. I can't wait to see if there's any more covers on that one, or if it's all original. And again, as an honorable mention, go out of your way and listen. If you're a fan of the Rankin Bass specials, specials of Christmas specials, highly recommend you listen to that cover of Snow Miser versus Heat Miser, because that's just so good. Definitely added that to my Christmas playlist when I first heard it. So go out of your way to listen to that, and go out of your way to listen to Summer of '69, because that's another banger. Number 3. Number 3 could actually have been, number 2 and 3 could have actually have been coincide with each other, as in this should have been number 2 or number 2 should have been number 3, because I've found out I've listened to that. I've been listening to that stuff, about in the same time. Only reason why number 2 is number 2 is because I actually met the guy, one of the guys that's in the band, and I know him, and I have a shirt from them. Spoiler, but and I have yet to meet this gentleman. But Nicholas Trishan himself, his band, one-man band of Terror Tunes, if you will, with his alter ego, he portrays Dingus the Clown, and he plays drums very well, might I add. And he has he does have a cover album called Reruns that you can hear on Spotify. And I really did this cover of Hold Tight. Originally by, oh boy, hold on a second. The original being from, and I had to look it up real quick because it's a mouthful. Dave D, Dozy, Beatty, Mitch, and Titch, which is from the Death Proof. I mean, that's where I first heard it, from the Death Proof movie. Thoughts on that movie aside, because I originally saw it in theaters with some friends during the Grindhouse, part of the Grindhouse series, with Planet Terror first, and then Death Proof, and then years later dating a girl whose favorite movie was Death Proof, that she, her Twitter handle was Death Proof Diva. That being my ex. Without being too negative, yeah, I didn't like that movie that much. The first time I saw it, I mean, I enjoyed Planet Terror better, and then being that it was my ex's favorite movie, I by nature just didn't want to give it a second chance until recently, years later, when I figured, you know what, let me just, for the hell of it, let me see it again. And I did the music in it, and I did appreciate it more than I did when I first originally saw it. But anyways, the main point I'm getting at is this song, The Hold Tight, was in it. And I really love the way Terror Tunes does the cover of this song, and sort of makes it his own. And just with the, I'm assuming his genre, if you will, is classified as, hold on, I believe if I'm not mistaken, it's circus trance punk, which is unique in its own right. So it's definitely something different that you probably never heard before. But I highly recommend you checking out. Like I said, he's got original stuff too, not just covers, but he does have a cover album, which is where I heard the song from. Another song I like from this album is "They're Coming to Take Me Away," by Henry VIII or whatever original was from. Definitely fun listen as well. But back to Hold Tight. Yeah, love every bit of it. Definitely worth checking out. And it's just what else can I say other than for the Death Proof fans out there, I do, like I said, I have a better appreciation for that movie. I still think it drags. To me, it just drags just a little bit with the the conversations that, to me, I really, once the action kicks in and then it slows down again and drags it out. But then you get to like the last half hour of the movie and it's like, oh, this is exciting, you know. But that song when it's played and when the movie's about to kick in high gear, literally, it's something else. And the cover from the start just kicks in the high gear, and it's definitely a must listen in my eyes. So that is that. Now, if you excuse me for numbers 2 and 1, since I have a shirt from each of them, respectfully, I feel like I should represent them in some way. So, number 2.
Go and call the priest so he can exorcise me. Now be my tool tonight. Reagan, it was on the first fight. First fight. Love at first fright. First fight. Reagan, it was on the first fight. First fight. Love at first fright. First fight.
So, number 2, I gotta be a little transparent here. Not the biggest Murder Dolls guy. As in, I've heard of the band name, but I haven't really listened to their music. So I originally did not even know this was a cover song when I first heard it. I'm talking about Love at First Fight from Graveyard Smash. Now, remember I said, yeah, Secret Weapon isn't on the list. However, the bassist from that band, my friend Billy Peck, he's also the bassist for this band, but recently, the new vocalist, even though the vocalist was still around when this was recorded, this was the only track so far that I've heard Billy on vocals for. The vocalist, the original vocalist, however, passed away a few years ago, and God, I think it was last year, but I don't want to get that wrong, and I apologize, Billy, if you're watching this. I do get it wrong, and it was last year, but I'm almost positive it might have been the end of 2 years ago, actually. Yeah, I think that's what it was, actually. But he tragically passed away. I'm not going to get into how, it's not my story to tell, but yeah, this song, like I said, it's something I've never heard before until recently. Not recently, as in, I've heard it a lot. I've listened to it a lot since I first heard it, is what I'm saying. And hoping that maybe, we get more new material coming soon, hopefully. They too, like I said, have a bunch of great original content as well. Original songs as well. Highly recommend you listen to their album that's out on Spotify, as well as all music platforms. And yeah, they have merch. This is the Tonight They Live Again shirt. All that stuff will be linked in the description. Like I said, I believe they have a link tree, so that'll be even easier. And as for bands 3, 4, and 5 that were on this list, don't worry. I'll eventually get your shirts eventually. Just gotta coordinate it to my it's just I've seen Billy in person numerous times, and that's how I got the shirt. Literally, he delivered it to me when I saw him at a live one of the live shows, and then the person who's number one, I went to one of their shows and got that shirt there. So because the out of all the by the way, this band is based out of the Omaha area, Omaha, Nebraska as well, Omaha, Iowa areas, Midwest, if you will, and Terratunes, again, Jersey area, Northeast area, known there. So the 3 out of 5 bands are from the Northeast, one's from the Midwest. The number one is local down here in Florida. Spoiler, if you know, you know. But so just spread out, but at the same time, it's just easy to listen to them wherever you get your music and to support them that way. Whether it be Bandcamp, Apple Music, Spotify, even though just check them all out. Highly recommend. Now back to this song, Love at First Fight. Apparently, in memory of, I believe his name is Ben Graves, who was the drummer of Murder Dolls. Also, again, because I'm not too familiar with them, today years old realizing Wednesday 13 is a person, as I believe that was the singer for the Murder Dolls before he went solo with Wednesday 13. So sorry, Billy, for not knowing that until I did my, little research. But and I did that one song by Wednesday 13, which isn't a cover, but I can't remember what it's called now. All of a sudden, holy crap! Hold on. Oh yeah, something. What did this way comes? That's I really like that song a lot. So the fact that they were part of Murder Dolls, and you have the song on Graveyard Smash album. It's not even an album; it's a single. It's one of the singles on Spotify. But did the song, did Billy's vocals on it. Looking forward to more Billy vocals, even though, but that's that. Number one, my number one favorite cover that you should hear from a local band is Cry Little Sister from my friend Abel's band, Auditory Armory. Recently heard the original song from the movie, hold on, Lost Boys. When I first saw it, maybe, what was it? 2 summers ago or last summer, one of the two. I watched it during the summer for the very first time. And or was it the fall? Whatever season it was, I just watched it recently for the very first time, like 1 to 2 years ago. And love the movie. Love this cover even more. I've known April since 2009. She was in another, like, you would call them death metal band called Fields of Glass originally, but then she had her own, project with Auditory Armory. And last year I went to see one of her shows for the first time in a long time, and that's where I got the shirt. They didn't play Cry Little Sister, but they did play an array of amazing originals, and definitely a band you should check out. They were featured on the alternative. I can't remember what it's called, like the Listener Lounge or the Local Lounge. I think it's 1011 WJR, the Vox station down here in Florida. They've been featured on that station a couple times, and definitely worth listening to. They're more like a metal rock, but it's like, I don't want to say symphonic, but it's almost like it's I'm not good with genres. It's a good mix of rock and metal. I'll just put it at that. Definitely love this cover, like I said, and definitely love this band. But like I said, I love all these bands that are featured in today's list. So definitely worth checking out. And once again, you can listen to all these bands. You can find out more about all these bands in the description below. Please do yourselves a favor and do so. Support local music. Support music in general. Because like I said in a previous episode, music is the greatest invention in the history of ever. Actually, I think I said that in my recent vlog, which, by the way, if you haven't seen, go check out as well. The May one coming out in just a matter of weeks. So, yeah. That's it, guys. 5 songs, 5 cover songs from 5 local bands that you should know that I like. Until next time, that'll do it for the May episodes. We're going into June, guys. Summer is upon us. So maybe we take it back next month. Maybe have some episodes about my past summers. Who knows? We'll see. Topic to be determined. So until next time, be sure you like and subscribe. And thank you for watching Saturday Night 5. We'll see you next time.